What a day. It's an absolute stunner. Absolute stunner. We've got Chris's boat behind me. Borrowed that off him for this mission. We've got Mr. Greg Potter.
Oh.
And we're going out to see if we can get some crayfish and paua. Let's do it. Alright, we're out here. Greg is just tying off the anchor. And we're going to suit up and get into it. Conditions are looking pretty damn fine for the west coast, so excitement levels are pretty high. So this was the first drop, and I know this area pretty well, so this is a ledge that drops down maybe 7 or 8 meters, I suppose, and it's a nice little crack at the base of it. So I just calmly work my way down, and sure enough, in this ledge at the base there is a nice crayfish. So yeah, line them up, have a grab, and I only managed to grab one horn, so try and get in there, try and get my other hand in there and kind of get a little bit of a better grab. But as I'm pulling him out, I actually managed to rip his horn off, and he scoots further back into the crack where I can't reach him.
I just missed a nice one here. I ripped his horn off. I had him and I bloody pulled him too hard and ripped the horn off.
Anyway, undeterred, I shoot back down. That crack runs sort of quite a long way, and so all I've got to do is follow my grun rope back down. And it's not long before I come across these two crays here, so have a look and line the first one up and have a crack at it. And unfortunately it just slips away from me, but never mind, I can just carry on. There are a few little crayfish left there. They don't look to be of legal size, so back to the surface I go.
Oh, I'm not doing well today, I just missed another one.
A bit further along and I'm dropping again, and this drop off kind of just turns into this bouldery sort of crayfish paradise. Just lots of cracks and boulders for them to hide in, and I just tend to go down sort of searching in all the cracks, and before long I find this guy here, so line him up and have a bit of a crack. And this time I've got my hand to him and I managed to pull him out. I'm going to head back to the surface with what I'm hoping is going to be my first cray. So I'm at Greg's float and he's got the cray nooses on, and then he pops up and he's actually got a couple of crays. So I first have to help him get his first crayfish on a noose before I'm able to get my crayfish on a noose, and then he's able to get his last one on a noose. Back down there again, same area, and just start looking in the cracks again. There's always a stack of crays in here, but they're usually sort of spread out, just ones and twos here and there, not necessarily a specific cray hole, but they are around. And when I look in this hole here, I can see one, and I line them up, get a quick grab to him. Well, once I grab them, I have a feel and I can just tell he's soft shell, so let it go and carry on looking. And don't actually find anything else on this dive. But it's just a case of diving again and again and again until you find them. The water wasn't super clear this day, so it did make it a little bit difficult. It was a bit hard to tell what ground you'd covered and what you hadn't. But we just moved our way along, and yeah, on this drop I find these two crayfish here. So I get a grab on the first one and transfer it to my other hand in preparation so I can have a grab at this next one. And that one was just a little bit too fast for me, but I've still got a bit of breath hold left, so I just carry on. And end up finding another couple of crays parked up in a hole. And this is quite funny actually. When I reach in to have a grab at the cray, my camera bumps into the rock and it turns it off.
Quite a few smaller ones. I had to go at 3 on that last one and I only ended up with the 1. And I also bumped the top of my camera and turned the camera off halfway through on the rock. I almost think we should just go around, like there's plenty of crays here, but you're not getting any power. And like you'll pick up the odd, we've got 4 crays already. Yeah. We'll pick up the odd more around the corner when we start looking for power. Okay. So I kind of think we should just go around the corner here and have a look to see if we can find some power.
Just straight through there.
You can go straight through here or you can go around the corner.
Okay, I'll follow your lead, bro.
I'll go around the corner because I've got to go back here and extract my gun from the hole I've got it jammed in.
Should I drop the crays off at the boat while we go round?
Could do, yeah.
Alright. So around the corner we got into the Paua area, and on the previous dive I'd actually seen a group of Paua, but I was out of breath, so I dropped my gun and went up to the surface, had a good breathe up, flicked the camera on, came back down, but in the process, the gun must have moved a little bit, so I'm kind of looking around here trying to work out where I'd found that little group of Paua. I'm looking for the landmarks that I'd seen on the last dive because I'd covered a little bit of ground, and sort of takes me a while to orient myself as to where I am. But after a little bit, I do find it, and got this nice little group of Paua here. So managed to bump the first one off the rock quite easily, and then get my hand onto the second one and get it off as well. So yeah, first couple of Paua on the board. I'm pretty happy. And there is no need to measure these Paua. They are easy legal size, so straight in the float boat they go. So back down to the gun again, and I'll often do this. I'll often just drop my gun in a spot and then work my way around it. So just sort of working all directions out from the gun. And so I've sort of picked the Paua I can get from that little Paua patch that looked like they were legal. So now I'm just sort of working my way out in different directions, seeing what I can see. A lot of diving in murky waters like this, just get down to the bottom and cover ground, and eventually you'll find something. And in this case I do find something, a nice big crayfish. So yeah, have a grab at him, totally miss him. He comes out towards me, I have a bit of a fumble around, but in the end managed to get my hand to him. And that is crayfish number 3 for me, so that makes it my limit.
Sound like it, yeah.
I carry on, move on, find another interesting spot, drop the gun again, same sort of deal, just work my way around the gun. So I find this little group of Paua, and I have to use my knife here. The Paua are wedged under the rock, and I can't just bump them off like I normally do. And I wouldn't normally use my knife on Paua that I'm not sure are legal, because like I've said in previous videos, Paua are hemophiliacs, and if you cut them, they'll actually bleed to death. They don't have a clotting agent. But with these Paua, I can just tell by looking at them that they're easy legal size. I don't need to measure them, so you know, I'm reasonably happy about using my knife on them. And as I previously stated, they're obviously easy legal size, so I don't need to worry about measuring them and can just chuck them in the float boat. A bit further on, I see a bunch of flashes below me, and I've sort of got an idea there might be a bit of a school of fish. So I drop to the bottom, and I'm soon surrounded by this beautiful school of trevally, silver trevally. And it's a pretty decent sized school. The only problem is they're all pretty small. Like, they may have been legal size, but I didn't really want to take the chance and shoot a fish that wasn't legal and then just have to just leave it dead in the water. So I watched them for a bit. I'm kind of hoping maybe there might be a bigger one with them, but after watching for a bit, it doesn't appear that there is. So I end up just leaving them to it. Moving on, we've just kept working our way along the coast and we've come up to another area that seems like it's pretty decent for crayfish. There's just a nice big drop off with lots of cracks at the bottom, so I'm working my way along it, and sure enough I find this awesome group of crayfish here. So although I've got my limit, I know Greg still needs one more, so I just drop my gun, mark the spot, and head back to the surface, and I'll see if I can find Greg and see if he wants to have a go at them. I make my way back over to Greg and he's just dropping for another dive. And he's got his gun down there, so I'm pretty sure he's actually on something there.
There's the big buck down there.
I was just going to say to you, do you want to have a go at a big grey?
Another one over there. So can I have a go at this one first?
Oh yeah, I'll follow you down, and when you're ready to go, let me know. I'll follow you down and film you doing it.
Oh, lovely, mate. Bro, there's I've got a camera on the stick here if you want to use that.
Oh yeah.
So I follow Greg back down filming, and it's at this point that my camera's battery decides that it's going to die. But if you want to find out how he did on this, he's going to have a video out over on his channel probably in a month or so, so keep an eye out for that one. Alright, we're out of the water. We just unjammed the anchor. Chain had got wedged in between some rocks, so I had to dive on it, get it out. And we've also got a bucket of Crayfish and Paua. Happy days! We're gonna head back, talk to you at the beach.
Yeah, it makes me nervous on my phone. Right? And still have a good breath hold. Do anything.
Alrighty, we're back on dry land. Got changed out of my suit. We got the boat on the trailer, and we're going to get out of here. Go back to the yard and drop the boat back to Chris. So I guess we will show you the catch then when we're cleaning everything up. Alright, we've made it back. We are washing down the boat here. We have all our gear all laid out, hosing it all off, and we've got the catch laid out here. So yeah, we've got the 6 crayfish, a couple of nice biggies, you beauty, and I think we got 19 Paua and 4 kinner. So that's pretty good, pretty decent feed. What do you reckon, Greg?
Pretty damn good. West coast, best coast, eh?
Yeah, west coast, best coast. Oh, well, we're going to finish cleaning up and get out of here, so that's probably pretty much it for this video. But I'll say thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Cheers.